Good morning. Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1FM, 990 AM, WEEB. Hey, welcome back to the most listened to program in all of the Sand Hills. It is time once again for Mornings with the Leader Man. I am Steve Leader Adams, along with retired Marine Colonel Jeff Drummond. Good morning, Colonel.
Morning, Moore County. Hey, time for some golf here this morning. Might be a little visibility problem, so you have to get out those glow golf balls so you can watch them head down the fairway.
You talking about those yaller?
Yeah, them yeller ones. That's right.
All right, you got your standing orders. Don't forget, of course, this program being seen around the world on our live video stream. That's available right now at talk973.com. Top middle of the page is the link that will get you there if you're on your mobile device. Your YouTube app will do the work. You put Mornings with the Leader Man in the search. And if you're just looking for our audio stream, that's available online by many streaming services. Some of them are TuneIn, iTunes, Streama that we know work well. iHeartRadio does not do it because they only list stations that they actually own. And but many others will. So give it a try and put WEEB in the search. And you can always get it off of our website anytime, 24/7, 365. It's in the upper right-hand corner of every web page at talk973.com. The icon says, on the air, listen live. Tap it once and you're listening just that quick. Weather for us today here in the Sand Hills area. It's going to be another nice one. Partly cloudy, 82 for a high. Humidity still in check. Tonight, partly cloudy, 64. So you can throw your windows open. Then for Friday, partly cloudy with an isolated thunderstorm late in the day, possible, not probable, 20% chance to be exact. Look for a high on Friday of 83, so it'll be a little more humid as some unstable air works its way back into our situation here. Then over the weekend, it's pretty much going to be like last weekend. Saturday, mostly cloudy, on and off showers, high of 81. And for Mother's Day, pretty much the same, but they may throw a few thunder boomers in there also late in the day. And for a high of 82. Monday, still the same unstable air. Thunderstorms possible. Look for a high of 78. Tuesday, back to full sunshine. Wednesday, full sunshine. And highs around 80. Right now around Sand Hills, winds are calm. Visibility down to 0 statute miles. So headlights on. You might can see them, but can they see you? Pressure is 3018, humidity max at 100%, so that'll give us a dew point equal to our temperature, which is 62 degrees. And foggy conditions. All right, it is 7:30 past the hour on this Thursday morning. You know, I was talking about there in the news that and we talk about this here because you know what? You're owed $1.5 million, just plain and simple. And if somebody had your $1.5 million, wouldn't you want the county to go get it? Because they're the only ones that can.
Somebody.
Yeah. We're going to get it one way or the other. But you see, the school board's embarrassed. They are embarrassed that they've been caught doing a crappy job.
Well, I disagree with it. They are embarrassing.
Yeah.
Not embarrassing.
That too.
Yeah.
And they're letting little mealy-mouth John Braff and Gramercy try to CYA their butt out of this situation.
Yeah.
And it's not going to work. And they won't take questions on it. They're resistant to all FOIA requests. You put it in, you never get it.
Right.
Or they give you just some crumbs back. But enough crumbs that we put it together and know what really happened. And the point is, Clancy and Thays put in a bid, withdrew it illegally, outside of the statute allowed time of 3 days. So therefore, by law, they forfeit the bond bid, or the bid bond, and we're due $1.5 million. Now, the school board says, well, we have to litigate it. That would use thousands of dollars of the county's money. Well, no, you don't have to litigate it. That's the point. That's the little excuse they're trying to throw in your face and trying to get some traction with. The truth is, if you put in for that, you're due to $1.5 million, no questions asked. And if they won't pay on it, that insurance company, you turn it over to the insurance commissioner and let him find out why. That's his job. And let him get our $1.5 million bucks. The company will pay because they don't want to lose their rights to do business in North Carolina. So they're not going to let $1.5 million get ahead of, they're not going to be penny foolish.
Right. And they'll take it out on the rates for the next guy or for that same construction company.
Right.
They'll make it good with them.
Yeah.
Instead of us.
Yeah, his premiums will shoot through the roof.
Yeah, and as they should.
Well, that's his problem, not ours. We're due $1.5 million because it's already cost us that. By him illegally withdrawing his bid, we had to go to the next highest bidder, which was $1 million difference. And all the other stuff that's related to it, to switching to the new contractor, we've got $1.5 million in it. That's why we have these bid bonds, so that we can recoup our losses. So not only are we missing the $1.5 million, but you got to tack on another $1.5 million that has cost us. So we're down $3 million in real numbers and real dollars. So, that's why the bid bond's there. And the school board doesn't want to go after it. They haven't got the guts. Well, the county commissioners made it clear that only the school board can go after it. They're saying that they don't have the legal standing to go after that money, the commissioners.
Right.
They're saying the school board must do it if it's going to be done. And they're choosing to follow their little ship captain, the tail that wags them all the time, the good Dr. Grimacy, or PhD Bob.
Yep.
Oh, no, it's not PhD. It's EUD, isn't it?
Yeah, I guess it
EUD Bob.
Right.
And John Barath, who was a former employee of the very architectural firm drawing these plans,
right,
who got four contracts in a row, $30 million.
Nothing unethical there.
Huh?
Nothing unethical there.
Yeah, what was it, $3 million they got or some crazy number?
Yeah, no way he should have been involved in that selection process.
$3 million for pulling a cookie cutter plan off the shelf and moving a few things to make it adapt to this situation.
Right. Yeah, selected that one out of the hat with 14 other names. But, yeah, my former company, we'll use them.
Yeah. Funny how that works, isn't it?
Right.
And what was it? Nick Paserno said that former chairman of the Moore County Board of Commissioners, said while he was chairman, that as long as John Barath was on the school board payroll, the school board would not get one dime from the Moore County Board of Commissioners.
There you go. Maybe there's a little bit of leverage the county commissioners could use and say,
exactly.
Maybe we'll take a hard look at your budget. Maybe we'll reduce it by $1.5 million.
Or just say you're not going to get another dime from us until you go get your $1.5 million.
But that would, that would indicate that somebody actually had a spine and would do something for the taxpayers of this county.
No.
Not likely. Don't hold your breath.
Yeah. Well, that's what it might take. So our commissioners need to grow that spine and tell the county board, give them the polite way first. Give them a way to save face.
I'm not sure there's a way for that at this point.
Well, if you can, it'd be like a national leader. You got to give country a chance to save face.
Maybe just allow Grimacy and Bernath to pull their pants up, not to save face, but at least
Yeah, just say
tighten their belt a little bit.
Before you come back before us, you need to go get our money,
right, or
your money. Because even if we get the $1.5 million, we've lost money.
Yeah, there's a blinding flash of the obvious there. Maybe use your power of the purse a little bit. But
exactly.
No, we wouldn't expect you to figure that one out.
Yeah, so that's what we're telling you.
Yeah,
we've done the ciphering, as they say, and and now all you gotta do is execute. Or maybe you got a better way to say it, but say it.
then take a double knot spy to figure that out.
Yeah,
that's right.
All right, well, that's our 2 cents this morning on that. So we'll see, because the board of education they just blindly follow Grimacy everywhere. And we had a lady yesterday that a mother of two in here on John's extended Zoom zone, talking about these question answer periods that they set up, informative meetings. I don't know what they call it, but where parents could go and hear about this redistricting of their busing of their children.
Right.
And basically, that's nothing but a suggestion from an outside firm who knows nothing about Moore County coming in and saying, okay, Dr. Cremasy, let's make you shine here, and we'll take good students from point A and put them in the D-producing schools to bring them up. And guess what? Then your bonuses go up.
Well, that's what Cremasy is telling them to do. He's already figured out, I'm sure, how to do that so that he can get the best result out of the grade averaging issue and regard to the busing. And then they hire this outside firm, which gives them plausible deniability. Hey, we hired these guys, and this is what they came up with. They've already come up with it. They know what they want. They don't need to hire the outside firm.
Right.
They want a grade average so that everybody looks good throughout the county. They don't actually want to educate a child, maybe try to raise them up. No, we want to lower everybody's standard. That's cynical as all get out, and I don't care what they want to say. If they want to say I hate kids because I'm against this, or any mother who's against it, well, they're the cynical people that actually don't want the kids to get educated. They're not focused on educating the kids. They're focused on just making themselves look good.
Right.
Have a nice day, Bob.
Right. Exactly. And let's not go and educate a kid, which is the overall job, isn't it?
Right. Yeah. I hate kids because I can see what they're doing is wrong, so I hate kids. No, I don't think so.
Yeah. Well, we'll see if the dog will ever wag the tail again, because right now the tail's been wagging the dogs for so many years. Mm-hmm. I'm not sure it knows how. It's lost all concept of how to do it. And anyway, that mother was in here, and she was breaking down in tears because she went to the meeting, and she was invited to the meeting, and she was also put on a committee to help advise the schools. And she stands up to ask her a question, and they put a great big old school police person next to her,
right?
Because she's only allowed to read the questions she wrote on the card, no follow up, no anything,
right?
And then only to be told by Dr. Grimsey, "I don't want to answer that. Sit down."
Right.
And you got a big old guy with a gun standing next to you, looking down at you, saying, "Sit down."
Yeah. Now, who's the coward? Yeah. Who's the coward's got to hide behind the authority? It's not the cop's fault. The cop is standing there doing what he's told. Hey, look, you go over there, and when one of these people acts up, you intimidate them and grab them and haul them out.
Yeah, we'll show
who's
this
the
crowd.
Coward? The coward is the guy who can't answer the question.
That's right. Grimacy will say, we'll show this crowd who's in charge. I'm in charge. I'll
moral cowardice.
Put a gun next to you. If you don't obey, we'll haul you out. And if you mouth too much, we'll put you in jail. And all she wanted to do was talk to her school board. And they were hiding behind Grimacy. Go figure. We need to do some serious thinking on the next election with all these board members.
All the way around.
Yeah. And start supporting some candidates that it'd be nice to start with ones with backbone.
Yeah.
It really would. This lady yesterday would be a good candidate. Her name was Sarah Slusher. But we'll see what the future holds.
Yeah, and the interesting thing was, in talking to her afterwards, she's only been here 2 years and already been slapped in the face with this and has found out more about what's going on and what's wrong with this garbage school board and garbage school administrator. I don't want to call them all, paint them all with the same brush. But she's only been here 2 years and figured this out already.
Yeah, and she found out that the Aberdeen school is being built right next door to a Superfund.
The Superfund site. Yeah.
Site that of the EPA, which we know then means there are contaminants all in the ground.
That's affirmative because they're cleaning it up now.
Yeah. And how do they clean it up? They scoop dirt out and fry it. That's what they do.
Yeah, wash it, fry it. But,
Yeah.
but the thing is, when you look at that timeline, the EPA will not certify that ground as no longer Superfund until 2023. So, let's build a school and put some kids and let them stand around next to that garbage while they're doing it and cleaning it. God, it's just the most ridiculous thing.
And you don't know how much of that site has leached over to the other site.
Well, hopefully they have that, but you can't know that.
You have to do a lot of bore testing.
Yeah.
And right now, I wouldn't trust the results.
No, I certainly, I'm gonna trust anything the school board tells me. No, don't even bother.
All right, 7:42 past the hour. Let's get to the lighter side of things. Now that we've brought you up to running speed, John's going to be back tomorrow with some more.
Oh, the hits just
news.
keep on coming. Ladies and gentlemen, there's a stack of stuff that that'll curl the hair on your head, and it's going to take a while to get to the bottom of it.
Yeah.
If you don't already have curly hair.
There's a guy in Durham, North Carolina, who drives a lot for work, about 60,000 miles a year. And his 19-year-old Honda Accord recently hit the 1 million mile mark.
Ooh.
So he's finally going to retire it. He's replaced the engine a few times, you think?
Okay.
Wonder how many miles he got out of the engine. But he says the real secret is regular oil changes, new oil filter, and he's not aggressive when he drives. Yeah, the best thing I'll ever give your car is a new bath of oil.
Yes.
And always change the oil filter. Why put a quart of dirty oil back in the
Yes.
That's the best thing you can do to keep him having engine problems. Here's what he said.
2000 Honda Accord, and it's been absolutely phenomenal. When it got to 999,999, I took a picture and then I started to drive, and I'm waiting for the odometer to hit 1 million, and then it doesn't. It stops there. I don't drive cars hard. I typically drive it in a non-aggressive manner. A little sad, but I think it's time to let her rest, let her retire. It's been an excellent car.
I wonder how many engines he did put in it. Probably
He said a couple, 3 or 4. I don't. Well, $250 an engine if he put 4 in. So
Well, Don, who did our color and stats at the ball game, he had a Nissan. It did 300,000.
Yeah.
He took a picture of it. He's still delivering papers with it,
Right.
and that's really tough driving. That's the start and stop driving
Yeah.
that just beats a car to pieces.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I've seen some of those guys are doing like 60, and they just throwing those papers out. I hope that's not him.
A strip club in Tampa called Icon Gentlemen's Club gave out free hepatitis A vaccines yesterday because one of their employees tested positive last month. Apparently, it was someone who works with food, because that's what people go to the strip club for anyway.
That's right.
So they want anyone who ate or drank there to come get tested, including the strippers themselves.
Icon Gentlemen's Club is closed right now, but the Pasco County Health Department is actually here right now. They are offering free vaccines to those who might have been exposed.
All right. Anyway, we have a reporter there right now. So we got our window here to get it. Let's go live to that Gentlemen's Club. I put that in quotes in Tampa, where it sounds like they're going there. That they have a lot going on, like these free shots.
All right, give it up for Portia, dancing to Dr. Bad Case. Next on stage, Nausea. And a reminder, the girls will not be using the pole tonight due to recent muscle and joint pain. Hope you have a good time at Icon Gentlemen's Club tonight, bringing a touch of class to Tampa. And our kitchen staff bringing a touch of hepatitis A. Free vaccinations upstairs in the VIP lounge. Now back to Nausea, on stage dancing to Y&T.
All right. We appreciate the live feed there.
Yeah.
Let's see. Well, it's Mother's Day was coming up.
Yes, Monday.
Yeah.
Oh, Sunday. Excuse
You
me.
recently lost your mom, and our condolences for that. Mine has passed back in 2003. But anyway, for those of you who have that still are lucky enough to have your mom around, there's only one thing they want to hear from you. You know what that is? No, it's not, I love you.
No?
Let's find out together.
Okay.
Mother's Day is only a few days away. Oh, sure, you could buy her flowers, candy, take her out to dinner. But why not give Mom the thing that she's always wanted to hear from you? Mom, you were right. When you told me that girl I was dating was a slut and wasn't good enough for me, you were right. When I married her and you left halfway through the ceremony because you told me you were disappointed in my choice, you were right again. When you said I would never amount to anything, bingo. You said my older sister was much smarter and would be much more successful in life than me, bullseye. And when I reached out and needed help when I was at my lowest point, you said that's what's known as tough love. So now as an unemployed, divorced, middle-aged man who lives in his car, I think I finally understand what it was you were trying to tell me. That you were right. And I love you. Happy Mother's Day, Mom.
There you go.
Oh, dear.
Here's another true Mother's Day card from a son.
And now it's time for another true Mother's Day card from a son to his mother.
Dear Mom, the kids wanted to invite you over to swim in the pool for Mother's Day, but I told them that witches melt when they get wet. See you soon. Love, your son.
And that was another Mother's Day card from a son to his mother.
And here's another Mother's Day card from a son.
And now it's time for another true Mother's Day card from a son to his mother.
Dear Mom, hope you enjoy this card. And I've also enclosed a bill for the last 5 years of my therapy. Happy Mother's Day of your son.
And that was another Mother's Day card from a son to his mother.
Join the Marines, dude.
I'll slap that therapy right out of your head. Get a few
Oh, man.
bullets whizzing by your head. It'll straighten you right out. Today's show is also brought to you by Throwback Thursday.
Today's show is brought to you by Throwback Thursday, your weekly excuse to relive your high school days on Facebook. Nice hair, Farrah.
There you go. What else we got? Oh, yeah. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle revealed their baby's name yesterday. Yes.
Aloysius?
Huh?
Aloysius?
Aloysius.
Megan, can you tell me what it's like becoming a new mum and tell us a little bit about baby Sussex, as we're calling him?
It's magic. It's pretty amazing. And I mean, I have the two best guys in the world, so I'm really happy.
Tell us a little bit about your son. What's he like? Is he sleeping well? Good baby?
Yes, he has the sweetest temperament. He's really calm and
He gets up.
and he's just been the dream. So it's been a special couple
Well, you
days.
can't hear squat there other than
What was
he
the
has
name?
the sweetest temperament.
What was the name?
Archie.
Oh, Archie. Oh,
It's
okay.
Archie Harrison, Mountbatten, Windsor.
Mountbatten.
Windsor.
Windsor.
Hyphenated.
Okay.
Okay. That's straight from the royals themselves.
Yeah.
My goodness. Because you emerge from a special womb, people care.
Well, did they ever answer the question that CNN anchor asked how black the kid was?
Did they actually ask that?
Yeah, he did.
Are you kidding?
One of those clowns did.
Only from CNN. It's kind of like the NBC guy getting up in Mueller's face, asking him a bunch of questions that came out of Easter Sunday service.
Right.
And he's like, I have nothing to say.
Yeah.
And he's still in his face, and they make that their lead story on NBC Nightly News. Our guy had the guts to go up to Mueller and ask him what he thought.
Didn't get an answer, but asked the question anyway.
Yeah.
Because
the news is our ability to ask the question.
Yeah. Well, I give him credit. At least he asked the question, unlike the pilot.
Yeah, but when you can't go to church without being... Come on. Let's see. Get down here. Oh, you won't believe this. How much time I got? Plenty. Okay. A university in upstate New York brought in therapy donkeys to help students relax for finals this week. There were 3 miniature donkeys, Chelsea, Jesse, and Cookie.
Jesse and Cookie?
Chelsea, Jesse, and Cookie.
Chelsea.
Here are the guys who run the Therapets and a couple of students talking about it.
These animals work miracles. They do truly miracle work because they can make you feel better if you feel bad. They can simply do that.
I love donkeys. So then I was like, yay! And I ran over here.
These animals can bring your stress levels down. You have a hard, stressed life or day. Spend 10 minutes with them. You'll chill right out.
You are used to being behind a screen and talking to people. It can kind of get you disconnected, and that's kind of where our life is socially now. And so with animals, you can't text an animal, you know. You can take pictures of them, but you're touching them. That's how you're physically connecting with them.
Oh, important ways to study. In fact, Jeff, you were talking about asking the question.
Yep.
Well, we had the guts to stick our microphones in one of these donkeys therapy sessions.
Sometimes I feel a little guilty I'm not spending more time with the wife and kids. Oh, really? Is time up already? Can we pick up there next week? Thank you.
There you go.
That sounds like CNN.
That was their lead reporter.
Or it could be the pilot newsroom.
A guy in San Diego, where else, got arrested on Tuesday after someone thought they saw him pointing a gun at police from a third-floor window. They had to evacuate the whole area, of course, but it turned out to be a bong in the shape of a gun. The police described it to reporters afterwards.
What was pointed at our officers was a replica firearm. It is gold in color upon closer examination. The firearm, this replica also appears to be a device to smoke marijuana. This is a very serious incident. We don't know if it's a real firearm at the time that we got this information. That individual will be arrested and booked in jail for exhibiting a replica firearm at law enforcement officers.
Okay. All right.
Taking up good court time there, aren't they?
Yeah. They should just send him to rehab, and I want to know.
More stupidity from our youth. A girl in China accepted a challenge to live stream herself eating a live octopus.
That's not smart.
And the video went viral. Yeah, of course, because it backfired and the octopus latched onto her face.
Right.
At first she was laughing, but it wouldn't let go. And she started screaming and crying. By the time she got it off, she had some bloody marks on her cheeks. Well, yeah, you were trying to eat it. Well, honey, don't be crying now. You asked for this. You put the live octopus up to your face. You lucky it didn't reach down and grab your vocal cords out.
Well, the octopus has a beak. I mean, they can give a hellacious bite.
Yeah. She's lucky she still got eyeballs.
Oh, yeah. Well, So.
You do stupid things happen.
Is that on YouTube? I'll have to look that up.
Yeah. I got it marked here. I can show it to you. A guy in England broke a Guinness World Record by running 524 miles on a treadmill in 1 week. That's about 75 miles a day. Even better, he raised $65,000 for sick children because he was in and out of the hospital himself as a child with a rare spinal condition.
It's just ridiculous. It's time for my mum's roast dinner. I'm going to crack on till 1 and just get as many miles as I can done.
3, 2, 1.
He's absolutely amazing. I cannot believe he's done it. There was a point where he wasn't going to do it 2 days in. He couldn't move his legs, and he's come back from that. His body's actually recovered while he's been running marathons. It's mental.
It's just mental.
Well, it's a good cause. He's raising money, so I can...
Plus, you leave the treadmill on while you go to the bathroom and go sleep, and it keeps on packing on the miles.
Oh,
and then you jump back on it. At least you can with mine. That's how I get all my miles in. 12-year-old sixth grader in the Colorado shooting told the news that he grabbed a metal bat when he heard the shots because he was going to go down fighting.
At least half the kids in my class broke into tears when it started happening. It was incredibly scary, and their teacher had us hide in the closet. I have sensitive ears. They shot out the doors, and I heard the gunshots, and I just kind of froze. And then the siren came on, and our teacher and somebody started cracking a joke, and the teacher told them to shut up, and then she had us hide behind her desk. And when the shooter got closer, she moved us into the closet. I was hiding in the corner, and they were right outside the door. I had my hand on the metal baseball bat, just in case, because I was going to go down fighting if I was going to go down.
There you go.
Well, yeah.
I would do the same.
You stand by the door, wait for him to stick your head in, and hit it for all you're worth.
That's the only weapon I got. I'll be going for his kneecaps the second that door opened.
Something.
He'd be going down then. All right, coming up on 8 o'clock, currently here in the Sandhills, we're looking at 62 degrees. Your full forecast is next, followed by your news. Good morning.
Rain chances are going up over the weekend, all thanks to a cold front headed this way. It looks like our best chance for thunderstorms will arrive on Sunday. For today, just a slight chance for a pop-up shower. We'll have partly cloudy skies with highs in the low 80s. Tonight, partly cloudy and mild. Temperatures get down into the low 60s. And then partly sunny Friday. A slight chance of a storm late in the day with high temperatures in the low 80s. I'm meteorologist Amy Wilmoth in the Weather Center.
Broadcasting from the top of the North Carolina Sandhills, 97.3 FM, 104.1FM, and 990 AM, WEEB, Southern Pines, Pinehurst, Aberdeen.
News this hour from townhall.com. I'm Rich Thomason. President Trump comes out swinging at another Make America Great Again rally, this one in Panama City, Florida.
Instead of wasting time, energy, taxpayer dollars on partisan stunts and hoaxes and witch hunts, Democrats should be focused on building up our country. Did you see what just happened, by the way? No collusion, no obstruction, no anything. 2 years on a witch hunt.
Thousands turning out for the PAC rally, shouting 4 more years. The president predicts he'll get 4 more years, thanks in part to the seemingly endless Democrat investigations of him and his administration. Stories of heroism in the wake of the school shooting in Highlands Ranch, Colorado. Instead of running away, 3 students ran toward the gunman, ending the carnage. One of those brave teens, Kendrick Castillo, gave his life to save his classmates. Sources say the Republican-led Senate Intelligence Committee has subpoenaed Donald Trump Jr. over his previous testimony into Russian election interference.
People familiar with the subpoena, speaking on condition of anonymity, say the committee wants Trump Jr. to answer questions about his 2017 testimony to the panel. It's the first known subpoena of a member of President Trump's immediate family.
That's correspondent Mike Hempen. A man is under arrest after authorities say they seized more than 1,000 guns from a mansion in a posh area of Los Angeles. Officials say an anonymous tip regarding illegal firearm sales led them to that home. Ahead of today's resumption of U.S.-China trade talks, Wall Street futures deep in the red. Right now, Dow futures down 163 points, S&P futures off 18, NASDAQ futures down 61 points. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Oh my gut. We need to talk about something. Constipation, abdominal pain, and bloating. You tell yourself, it's not that bad. You take laxatives and modify your diet and exercise routine. But thinking about it all the time is frustrating. This doesn't have to define you. If your constipation comes back again and again and you don't know why, then it may be time to seek help. Go to ohmygut.info where you can learn more about your symptoms and get to know your gut. That's ohmygut.info. ohmygut.info.
Lowe's knows you'll do it right and do it yourself to tackle your turf and save. We do it right too, with trusted brands and everyday deals to make it happen. Now get 2 25-quart bags of Miracle Grow all-purpose potty mix with fertilizer for just $12. Plus get 4 for $10 select Bonnie vegetable and herbs. For great savings on spring projects, do it right for less. Start with Lowe's. Offers valid through 5/15 while supplies last. Bonnie offer valid on 19.3-ounce pots. See store for details. U.S. only. Excludes Alaska and Hawaii.
South Korea's military says North Korea has launched at least one unidentified projectile.
The South's Joint Chiefs of Staff had no other immediate details, and it's not clear what the North actually had fired. But some analysts have said that if the North returns to the kind of longer-range banned weapons that it tested in 2017, when many feared a Washington-Pyongyang standoff could end in war, it will be a strong sign that a frustrated North Korea is turning away from diplomacy. The new launch is the second in the last 5 days, and a possible warning the nuclear disarmament talks could be in danger. I'm Charles de Ledesma.
Notre Dame Cathedral's melted roof has left astronomically high lead levels in the plaza outside and on adjacent roads. Paris police say lead levels from the roof are between 32 and 65 times the recommended limit by French health authorities. News and analysis at townhall.com. A major Midwestern interstate is reopened.
I-29 in northwestern Missouri is open again for the first time since floodwaters shut it down in March. It's now open to the Iowa state line. Historic flooding in March forced closure of the busy north-south roadway. I-29 is also open in Iowa, but with some restrictions. The Missouri Department of Transportation says more than 12,000 vehicles use I-29 in northwestern Missouri on a daily basis. However, many other roads and highways in northwestern Missouri and southwestern Iowa remain closed due to flood damage. John Scott reporting.
And forecasters warn that parts of the South and the Midwest could suffer severe flooding through the rest of the week. This as strong thunderstorms sweep across the region. Yesterday, flash flooding trapped numerous motorists in their vehicles in the Houston area. And one of those drivers says floodwaters came up so fast, there was no time to get away. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Good morning, First Casualty Insurance. This is Jared.
Jared, I just rear-ended a brand new Lexus. The guy really looks mad, and I'm sitting in my car with my windows rolled up. What am I going to do? What am I going to do?
Wanda, now stay calm. Is anyone injured? Have you called the police?
They just arrived. Oh, Jared, am I in big trouble?
Wanda, you're not in trouble. The officer will need to get some info from you and the other driver. You should go ahead and get out of the car and speak with them.
Okay, if I have to.
When you are finished with the police, give me a call back, and I will help you file a claim so that your car and the other person's car can be repaired as quickly as possible.
Oh, thank you, Jared. You've made me feel so much better. I love First Casualty Insurance.
We represent over 3 dozen outstanding companies. Call us anytime you have an insurance question. We want to be your insurance people. 910-692-8303. First Casualty Insurance Group, Southern Pines. 910-692-8303.
We've got Maytag brand deals so big we need the month to spread the savings. Now through June 5th, you can get up to $700 by mail on select Maytag brand appliances at Keys Appliance Center. That's right, May's Maytag month is here with better built deals that will keep your kitchen and laundry running like clockwork for years to come. Stop into Keys Appliance Center today and receive savings on Maytag brand products by a mail-in rebate. Dependability lasts. These deals won't. Offer valid May 2nd through June 5th, 2019. See store for full details and qualified models. Building a new home or thinking about changing your existing floors? Aberdeen Carpet can show you the latest flooring trends that will fit your budget and lifestyle. Flooring is what we do every day. Visit Aberdeen Carpet's large showroom and discount warehouse filled with an extensive inventory, ready for immediate pickup. We offer expert advice, competitive pricing, and a huge selection. Located on Highway 5 in Aberdeen near the Habitat for Humanity store. Open Monday through Friday 9 to 5 and Saturdays 9 to 4. Call 944-62 2204 or go online to aberdeencarpet.com.
Hi, this is Rich Wagner from Whispering Pines. I've been suffering with acute back and knee pain for many months, and after trying visits to the doctor, painkillers, and spinal injections with no relief, I went to see Dr. Wright at Wright Chiropractic in Seven Lakes. After the first visit, I noticed a lot of improvement, and I've continued to improve with each treatment. Thanks to Dr. Wright, I'm feeling much better than I have in a very long time. I was skeptical about chiropractic treatment at first, but it has truly given me my life back.
This is Dr. Wright. I can't guarantee I can fix every problem, but I will tell you honestly whether chiropractic can be of help for your particular issue. Living with pain is not always the only option. Doesn't it make sense to explore every avenue before resigning yourself to the limitations of pain? Call our office today to schedule a consultation and start living again. 673-2225.
NCN News. I'm Mike Riley. President Trump rallied supporters in Florida on Wednesday night. CBS News correspondent Laura Podesta has that.
It's only in the panhandle you can get away with that state.
President Trump shrugged off a suggestion from the crowd at his Florida rally last night to shoot migrants illegally crossing into the U.S. In his wide-ranging speech, the president said he wants to move on from the Russia investigation.
No collusion. No obstruction.
And onto the 2020 election.
Pick somebody, please, and let's start this thing.
A North Carolina appeals court will decide if state lawmakers were just sneaky when they took surprise action to cut incoming Democratic Governor Roy Cooper's powers, or if they violated the state constitution. State Court of Appeals in Raleigh hears oral arguments today. The New Bern Riverfront Convention Center sustained significant damage during Hurricane Florence in September of 2018. Craven County officials say the facility could reopen by September. Craven County Human Resources Director Amber Parker tells WCTI News the damage to the building began with a broken window that allowed water from the river to penetrate.
I believe a piece of hurricane debris, possibly from a dock, broke the window out.
North Korea has reportedly fired 2 short-range missiles today following military exercises a few days earlier, which were attended by leader Kim Jong-un. Japan says the missiles fired by North Korea did not reach its coastline. CBS News correspondent Elizabeth Palmer in Beijing, China, with more on the story.
The South Koreans were analyzing the early evidence. At first, they said they were simply projectiles. They've since confirmed that they were short-range missiles.
After a number of swimming deaths in recent years, Cape Hatteras National Seashore will add another lifeguard stand. The Virginia Pilot reports the new stand will be at Frisco in that swimming area. You're listening to NCN News.
If you are a state employee, a public school teacher, or a state retiree, you need to pay attention to this special message.
New government mandates by State Treasurer Dale Folwell will threaten health care benefits for you and your family. These new mandates will cut $400 million in health care benefits for patients. This will lower the quality of care and limit access to the doctors and hospitals you know and trust. These new government mandates will ruin the state employee health plan. That means state employees and their families get hurt in the process. You will pay higher prices for healthcare access and procedures.
There is a common sense, practical solution. It's value-based healthcare, and insurance companies and healthcare providers are embracing it all across North Carolina. Tell State Treasurer Dale Folwell to work with our healthcare providers and fix the state employee health plan.
Paid for by Partners for Innovation in Healthcare, a 501c4 independent expenditure not authorized by any campaign or candidate.
Donald Trump Jr. has been subpoenaed by the Republican-led Senate Intelligence Committee to answer more questions about Russian interference in the 2016 election. CBS News Chief Congressional Correspondent Nancy Cordes has more on why Trump Jr. is being subpoenaed.
For the first time, one of the president's children has been subpoenaed to testify by the Republican-led Senate Intelligence Committee. Donald Trump Jr. already testified back in 2017. But some lawmakers have questioned whether he was fully truthful about his meeting with a Russian lawyer before the election and about his knowledge of a proposed Trump Tower Moscow deal.
A retired North Carolina financier challenging Republican U.S. Senator Thom Tillis in next year's GOP primary says he'd stand with President Donald Trump on issues like cutting foreign aid and immigration. Garland Tucker of Raleigh formally announced his candidacy on Wednesday, 2 days after filing paperwork to create a campaign committee.
Consumer advocates want the government to look into the kids' version of Amazon Alexa smart speaker over privacy concerns. CBS News correspondent Peter King.
The Echo Dot Kids edition may be fun.
Alexa, can you talk like a pirate?
Well, shiver me timbers.
Privacy advocates say its memory is good. Too good, even after parents try to delete a conversation. Now a coalition of groups says that's a violation of the Federal Children's Online Privacy Act, and they filed a complaint with the FTC. Amazon says it is compliant with the act, but the groups say their evidence shows the company is not. Peter King, CBS News.
A North Carolina agency which advocates for the homeless and needy is investigating how donors and players at its annual golf tournament were told that a PGA Tour golfer would be the host. An advertisement for last week's tournament sponsored by the Winston-Salem Rescue Mission said golfer Steve Stricker was hosting the outing. Mike Rayleigh, NCN News.
Tracking a cold front headed this way, it arrives over the weekend and brings a decent chance for showers and thunderstorms. For today, just a slight chance of a pop-up shower this afternoon. Otherwise, partly cloudy with highs in the low 80s. Tonight, partly cloudy. Temperatures will get down into the low 60s. A few more clouds around Friday. A stray shower or thunderstorm possible late in the day with highs in the low 80s. For the North Carolina News Network, I'm meteorologist Amy Wilmoth in the Weather Center.
Right now here in the Sand Hills area, still foggy, 63 degrees. Humidity max at 100%, dew point 63, pressure is 3018. Wind southeast at 3, visibility down to 0 statute miles. So headlights on. It is 8:13. Let's take a look at your Sand Hills news for this Thursday morning. The Moore County Commissioners have decided to abstain from taking any action on the Moore County Board of Elections' decision not to pursue a bid bond forfeiture from Clancy and Thay's construction after the contractor withdrew the apparent winning bid for the Southern Pines Elementary School after they discovered a math error totaling almost for $1.4 million. The bid bond in North Carolina is a surety bond which guarantees that the bidder will enter into a complete the agreement according to its terms. Usually a contractor will forfeit the bid bond if the bid is withdrawn after a 72-hour window has closed. After an extended discussion, the school board decided not to pursue the bid bond, citing the likelihood of a prolonged and expensive litigation. At the conclusion of the meeting, the Moore County Board of Commissioners Chairman Frank Quist read a statement on behalf of the entire board stating that, quote, the school board faced very difficult decision inclusive of pursuing the $1.5 million bid bond. The statement continued that commissioners have no legal authority to approve, disapprove the school board's action because they are a separate legal entity with separate legal representation. And work is progressing on the new Hatchet Brewery scheduled to open in August. During a brief agenda meeting on Wednesday, the Southern Pines Town Council reviewed plans for the new covered patios and a small building addition to accommodate the brewery and tap room operations. The name Hatchet is a callback to businesses owners Greg Walker and Mike Carey's military service. The two friends developed the brewery concept 2 years ago and selected the former Brookshire Hathaway office space on Southwest Broad Street based on its downtown location. The property is located outside the town's historic district, but it is subject to the standards and regulations of the downtown overlay. That's your latest Sand Hills news this morning, but stand by. Here comes your latest in sports right here on Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM WEEB. It is 8:16.
NCN Sports, I'm Josh Zach. We begin in the NBA where Golden State Warriors won, but they lost, too. The Warriors beat the Rockets 104-99 in Oakland to take a 3-2 lead in their Western Conference semifinal series, but they lost Kevin Durant in the game. He contributed 22 points before leaving in the third quarter with a right calf injury. Giannis Antetokounmpo led a balanced attack and led Milwaukee in ripping the Celtics 116-91 to advance to the NBA Eastern Conference Finals for the first time since 2001. The All-Star forward had 20 points, while the Bucks won 4 straight after dropping the series opener by 22 points. On the ice, the San Jose Sharks have reached the NHL's Eastern Conference Final. They beat the Colorado Avalanche last night 3-2 in Game 7 of that series. series. Joe Pavelski scored the opening goal, also had an assist in his first game back since he suffered a head injury during Game 7 of the first round series against Las Vegas.
It's nice to get out there, get a little opportunity like that early, and to see it go in. It's perfect to see it bouncing.
And the Eastern Conference Final, best of 7 between the Hurricanes and Bruins, begins tonight. Boston had the edge in the regular season, winning 2 of the 3 meetings between the two teams, but Rod Brindamore isn't really concerned about using those games as a litmus test to shape this series.
I don't think there's too much to read into during the regular season. We did play them, not too in the recent past, but I think that's a whole different animal in the regular season to now.
This is the 5th postseason edition of the rivalry between the two teams. It was formerly known as the Battle of New England because the two teams, at least the Hurricanes, they used to play in Hartford as the Whalers, and they met twice in the playoffs during that time. The most recent meeting in the playoffs between the two, second round in 2009, Carolina winning in 7 games, the 7th game in overtime. Face off in tonight's game at 8 o'clock in Boston. This is NCN Sports.
There are millions of unused and leftover opioid pills in North Carolina alone, enough to stretch from the mountains to the coast. These powerful prescription pills are contributing to an epidemic that takes 5 lives every day. But there is something more powerful than opioids. All of us. We can take back our extra pills and ask our healthcare providers about alternatives for pain. Together, we can take back our communities. Learn how you can help end the epidemic at morepowerfulnc.org.
Medicaid expansion, school safety, a statewide bond package, the next state budget. North Carolina lawmakers are tackling these and other topics. You can follow all the action with Carolina Journal. How would these proposals affect you, your wallet, your family? Carolina Journal offers answers. Available each month as a free newspaper. Every day online at carolinajournal.com. Carolina Journal, your best source for government news that affects you. Visit carolinajournal.com today.
North Carolina running back Jordan Brown is heading to Kansas State, where he'll be eligible to play immediately as a graduate transfer. Brown ran for 613 yards and 4 touchdowns as a sophomore, but his playing time decreased last year at Carolina. The Wildcats, meanwhile, they have no scholarship running backs returning for this season. An aspiring sports business manager and an amateur basketball coach have been convicted of bribery conspiracy at the trial that showed top college coaches were paid off to steer NBA-bound athletes to favored handlers. Yesterday's verdict capped a 2-week trial of Christian Dawkins and youth basketball coach Merle Code in the case that forced the NCAA to confront corruption affecting basketball players at elite universities. The two were convicted on a single conspiracy count, but acquitted of some other charges. Josh and Zach, NCN Sports.
I'm here with Aaron Cooper of Cooper Ford in Carthage to talk about service. Aaron, I know that service is a big deal in Cooper country. In fact, certified service after the sale is all part of the Cooper promise.
That's right. At Cooper Ford, we promise to do what we say we're going to do, when and how we say we're going to do it. And speaking of service, May is Military Appreciation Month at Cooper Ford, and I'd like to personally thank all the men and women who have served this great country. It's always an honor to serve those who serve, and as a small token of our appreciation, during the month of May, all active, retired, or veteran military personnel will get 1 free oil change and up to $1,000 off any new or pre-owned vehicle with a valid military ID. With no games, no gimmicks, just upfront, honest pricing, and certified service after the sale. I'm Eric Cooper, and I want to know you by name. Come in today and let Cooper Ford show you how car buying should be.
Just off 15501 in Carthage, just a few short minutes from the traffic circle, or on the web at cooperford.net. Cooper Ford, working hard to be your hometown dealer.
Without proper soil pH, plants can't get the full amount of nutrients they need. An improperly tuned carburetor runs inefficiently as well. Your body works the same way, and some of the medications we use actually deplete certain vitamins and minerals. That's a fact. Health Innovations Pharmacy offers a line of multivitamins designed specifically to address those depletion efficiency issues, like magnesium deficiency for diabetics. Replenish multivitamins come in 6 different formulations for those on hormone replacement therapy, high blood pressure and cholesterol reducers, diabetics, hypoglycemic, and acid-blocking meds. These are complete multivitamins, thereby reducing your vitamin budget. See Tim or one of his pharmacists at Health Innovations Pharmacy about the benefits of Replenish multivitamins and how they can help get your system back in balance. Health Innovations Pharmacy on Pinehurst Avenue in Southern Pines. Locally owned and serving Moore County since 2001.
Hello, I'm John Zumwalt, and you're in the Zumwalt Zone.
Every strange story I've ever reported to you on here has got to take a backseat to this one. In fact, this is so goofy, I defy you to try to figure out where it's going if you hadn't already heard the story. Oh, and you'll have to Google this one, because there's no way you're going to believe it. Well, maybe the people in Moore County will believe it based upon what we're going through with our school system. This happened in France. One of the schools there was in trouble, needed to boost student numbers at a primary school. A man named Herder managed to get 15 new students enrolled in this school after showing their birth certificates. Oh, wait a minute, my bad. The man's name was not Herder. He was a herder, and he herded 15 sheep over, and no kidding, got them registered as students. Now, one of the parents told La Parisien newspaper, sorry about that, national education's only numbers. And so now, with this surge in numbers, we're good. The mayor of the town supported this effort. Can you imagine? A school system herding in students just to make the numbers look better. One prominent man was heard to say, "L'âge, la comment, les beaux pathetic pilot." Not sure what that means, but okay, I made that part up. Remember that sheep that followed Mary to school? Well, they registered it. And apparently the board went right along with it, just like a bunch of sheep. Funny, I don't even have to invent these stories. Isn't that something? Not in the Zoomwald zone.
Rain chances are going up over the weekend, all thanks to a cold front headed this way. It looks like our best chance for thunderstorms will arrive on Sunday. For today, just a slight chance for a pop-up shower. We'll have partly cloudy skies with highs in the low 80s. Tonight, partly cloudy and mild. Temperatures get down into the low 60s. And then partly sunny Friday. A slight chance of a storm late in the day with high temperatures in the low 80s. I'm meteorologist Amy Wilmoth in the Weather Center.
And now, the Sandhills #1 morning show. Mornings with the Leader Man. Here on Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM WEEB. And heard and seen around the world at talk973.com.
The best part of waking up is waking up with us.
Today is Thursday.
Oh, whoopty-skippy-doo.
Whoopty-freaking-doo.
Why are you so grumpy? Come on.
You know why.
It is way too early for this, guys.
Can't get it up. That's what she said.
It's way too early for jokes.
Get some coffee.
Man up and deal with it.
Oh, well, in that case,
It's showtime.
We are family. I got all my sisters with me.
Good morning, Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM WEEB. Welcome back to the most listened to program in all of the Sand Hills. It is time once again for Mornings with the Leader Man. I am Steve Leader Adams, along with retired Colonel, Marines, Jeff Drummond, U.S. Marine.
Morning, Moore County. Hey, I guess is it clearing up a little bit, so you don't need your glowing golf ball this morning. So get out there. Your tee time is waiting for you. The rest of you, get to work, move it, get out there now. Safe to drive on the roads now. Turn your headlights off.
All right. You heard it from the Colonel. Stand in order. Don't forget, of course, this program is being seen around the world on a live video stream. That's available at talk973.com. Upper right-hand corner of top middle of the page is the link. If you just want audio, the upper right-hand corner of every page at talk973.com has a icon up there that says on the air, listen live. Tap that once you're listening that quick on your mobile device. You can watch us with your YouTube app. Put Mornings with the Leader Man in that. If you just need audio, many streaming services such as TuneIn, iTunes, Streamer, Alexa, all of them, except iHeartRadio, will stream it. Just put WEEB into those searches to get the audio stream. Weather for us today here in the Sand Hills area is going to be mostly partly cloudy today. Another nice one. Humidity in check. High of 82 tonight, 64. Tomorrow we get some unstable air starting to filter in. By the end of the day, a small chance of a thunderstorm. Look for high of 83. 30% chance of thunderstorms Friday night, a low of 66. And we'll up to a 60% chance of showers and thunderstorms throughout the weekend. Highs both days will be in the low 80s. Right now around the Sand Hills, winds are southeast at 3. Visibility still showing 0. Pressure is 3018, dew point 63. Humidity max at 100%. It's foggy and 63 degrees currently here at Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM WEEB. All right, it is 8:26 now, past the hour on this Thursday morning. I just killed off something I didn't want to kill off, and that's all right. I can get it back instantly because I'm that good.
You're the IT guru, are you?
I can do it pretty quick while still on the air. What was I saying? Oh, yeah. All right, we're back where we were. What to do next? Oh, I know what. You're into football.
No, I watch it, yeah. Depends, college, you know.
I got a list here. I'm not going to do all 20. I got the top 20.
Yeah, that's good.
I got the top 20 players they say are, USA Today says are overpaid.
Oh, well, yeah, all of them.
Yeah. Well, number one, they say is the Lions quarterback, Lions now, who never win a game.
No, they win some games, but they're not competitive usually.
Mike Stafford. Just short of $30 million a year.
Yeah, that's overpaid.
The Chiefs wide receiver, Sammy Watkins, $20 million.
Yeah.
Watkins quarterback, Kirk Cousins, $29 million.
Oh, he's definitely overpaid.
Ravens cornerback, Jerry Smith, $15 million. Let's get these high numbers. Eli Manning, he's way overpaid. He's almost a has-been. Getting $23 million to throw the football.
Well, he won't be getting it for after this year.
Raiders quarterback Derek Carr, $22 million.
Yeah, he's overpaid.
And Redskins quarterback Alex Smith,
well,
$20 million.
Yeah, he's going to be lucky if he plays.
They don't have any Panthers down here as being overpaid. So they'll lose.
Nobody on the Panthers. Yeah, well, they dumped a lot of people after they got rid of their GM, Gettleman, who now
should have got rid of the head coach.
Well, yeah,
he ain't any good.
Well, they'll probably get rid of him at the end of the year.
Well, they got to lose, be down in the bottom again this year.
It's hard the way these people. Ownership is just strange when it comes to hiring, head coaches and general managers, and a lot of dynamics in the background there.
I'm like anybody else. I guess I can enjoy a football game, as good as anybody, but I don't understand those that live and breathe this stuff. I mean, they got the NFL channel on Sirius that talks this crap all year long.
Yeah. Well, the NFL channel, believe it or not, is losing bucks. They just dumped about $20 million in their budget, and a lot of their high-end talking heads, they just canceled a bunch of them. Yeah. Deion Sanders has lost his show, apparently.
Really?
Yeah, not that it was anything it was just trash anyway, but,
Didn't have much deep thought there.
Yeah, no, not at all.
I know one thing Jeff's excited about is Billy Bush is making a comeback.
Oh, yes. Who's Billy Bush?
He was one of the bus. He got caught with Trump doing that trash talk about grabbing women.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, yeah.
He was on Entertainment Tonight or something like that. Got canned.
Right.
With his severance package of about, I don't know, it was $13 million or something. He wasn't hurting.
Yeah.
He's going to be hosting a new version of Extra called Extra Extra beginning this fall.
Okay.
The current Extra with Mario Lopez will continue its run through the end of the season. Sounds like this new version will replace that one, but it isn't 100% clear. As everyone knows, Billy's career tanked in 2016 thanks to the old tape of him laughing while President Bush bragged about groping women.
Bush or Trump?
Trump. I'm sorry. Immediately after the tape got out, he was fired from the Today Show.
Okay.
And he probably had a no-compete in there as part of the severance package,
right?
Which is why he hasn't done anything since. Billy says, quote, "We all have to be able to evolve as we grow. The guy that left the scene in 2016 was replaced as already a changed person. But I had the opportunity to grow a little bit. facing adversity in some way is good. No, it's not. It cleans out the bank account.
Right. Yep, it does.
And I feel I'll be better at my job than I ever was. This is my next step. Yeah, I won't say stuff that gets me fired when I'm mic'd up. That's what it'll be. Let's see here. All right. Shall we do rim shots this morning?
Sure.
See if we can get the Colonel to laugh at one or two of these things. We'll see.
Well, I don't know. I don't want to get fired if I laugh at the wrong thing.
Well, I'll put in a good word to the
management,
guy that runs the thing. Make sure he doesn't.
Well, I know what
mess
happened
with you.
I know what happened to the last guy. So
3 new Star Wars movies are in the works. The film will take place in an alternate universe where people still care about Star Wars movies.
There you go.
Over 1 million people have signed up to learn Valerian, the language from Game of Thrones. People come from all walks of life, but have one thing in common: a burning desire to maintain their virginity. Yeah, like it's a real language. Season 5 of Empire ended last night on a cliffhanger. You'll have to tune in next fall to see if Jussie Smollett still has a career. He doesn't.
No, he's gone.
Pamela Anderson called Julian Assange. He'll be like what was the 49ers quarterback Kaepernick. He'll be like a Kaepernick. He'll be complaining, "Oh, the world is taking away my ability to make a living. It's all Trump's fault."
Well, maybe all the actors will kneel for him.
Yeah. Pamela Anderson called Julian Assange the world's most innocent man. You just got to stand there. You just going to stand there and take that, OJ? Come on now. Where are you at?
I haven't heard much from OJ.
No, he got to get a dose of where he doesn't want to be. Says, I could have been here for life. Wow.
Yeah.
Lori Loughlin is reportedly getting more and more confident that she will not go to jail. And if that sounds delusional, remember, this is the same woman who once thought she'd be taken seriously as an actress despite appearing in 10,000 Hallmark movies.
Well, I see no value in putting them in jail. I mean, there's no.
You know they got to get a little jail time just to drive a point home.
Yeah, take their money. Yeah.
Jamie Foxx and Katie Holmes, otherwise it looks like double justice, double standards.
Well, half of the other ones aren't going to jail.
Well, they're not rich.
Yeah.
And famous.
There you go. More justice.
Jamie Foxx and Katie Holmes look to have gone public with their relationship. Asked what Fox provided that Tom Cruise did not, Katie said, height. Wink, wink. Billy Bush will anchor the new entertainment news called Extra Extra in the fall, so you've been warned, by the way. Ed Sheeran and Justin Bieber have collaborated on a new song called I Don't Care. In fact, if you do care, I actually have a clip of it. Let's see. I thought it was here. I got to get down to the celebrity crap. News. Showbiz. Okay. No, not there. Music. Here it is. Ed Sheeran and Justin Bieber, I Don't Care.
As long as you just hold me near, you can take
Sounds like all the rest, doesn't it?
You're making me feel like I'm loved by somebody.
Gotta get that little in there. Yeah, I got the little sexy. What was his name? Oh, thanks, Steve. Come on, Britney Spears.
Oh, okay. Well, I didn't listen to her either.
So. You gotta have the sexy in there.
Well,
I could care about you. Oh, please.
They all have their gimmick. I mean, you either like it or you don't.
The XFL won't test players for marijuana. I assume because you'd have to be high to play for the XFL or actually have talent.
Well, they should test for the ones that don't smoke marijuana.
So I guess a nickel defense might not mean the same thing as it does in an NFL. Football joke there, folks.
Yeah, there you go. Drug joke.
Prince Harry and Meghan Markle announced the name of their new baby as Archie Harrison Mountbatten Windsor.
So it's not Archibald, it's Archie.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, try fitting that on a piece of masking tape inside the old lunchbox, will you? Doorbell video surfaced of a snake biting an Oklahoma man in the face. Tragically, the man survived and still has to live in Oklahoma.
Yeah.
He thought he was out of there. At least 350 languages are spoken in the U.S. You can hear them all at once inside any Walmart. And the average adult now consumes about 1.7 gallons of pure alcohol a year. Or as Lindsay Lohan calls them, slackers.
Mm-hmm.
Those are your rim shots for today.
You know, the language thing, just go back one where you talk about the different languages. Just reading a book, my grandfather served in World War I, 1917, et cetera. But just reading a book, one of the divisions, I think it was the 42nd Division, that went to Europe, the people, the men in that division spoke 42 different languages.
Mm.
So there you are. How do you command and control that? You have 42 different languages spoken among.
Well, haven't you heard they have earbuds in their ears with translators in there?
Yeah, well, not 1970.
Satellites up there to, instant comm.
But I just point that out to things aren't much different in that regard when it comes to different cultures, languages, etc.
Things were. Imagine if we could go to war in World War I with the technology we have today. Be a very short war. We fly our dragons over there and go, and just burn them to death.
Yeah, there you go. That would work.
And speak Valerian and go,
yeah.
Sakari.
Yeah. Sakari, okay.
Yeah.
Is that like a...
I think that's the word she said when she told him to burn them.
Oh, okay. Is it related to Klingon? I mean, I'm familiar with Klingon.
No, it's not Klingon. It's a different... It was before Klingon.
Oh, okay. All right.
I think the Klingon was still a twinkle in your daddy's eye. I don't know. All right. Where else? Well, let's do this. Things we need to know today so we don't sound stupid. NBC has renewed Law & Order SUV for the 21st season, surpassing the 20-year record held by the series it was based on, which was canceled in 2010. There have been 8 different versions of Law & Order since the original series began in 1990. And just to show it does pay, the star of that show, what's her name? Anyway, she just sold she has her 4-story, $10 million apartment up for sale.
Oh, in New York?
In New York. Just $10 million. This is still.
Well, she's probably tired of stepping out her front door there and stepping in it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, $10 million, you'd think you'd have a clean sidewalk. But
just tired of taking the elevator 4 stories up in her own apartment.
Yeah, and watching people do their business in the street and, mayor and knucklehead there that, has turned, fairly decent on the way up city, New York, cleaning up and pretty much law-abiding, turned it back into a third world enclave of stupidity.
Problem, I guess, is that the people who live in a 4-story apartment, whatever you need is 4 stories up from where you're at.
Yeah.
Or down, whichever the case may be.
Well, I'm sure she has people delivering all that. It's not like she actually has to go get it.
Yeah. Since she's getting a little wider in the hips, I think that theory probably holds true.
I haven't watched that show. I'm not sure I ever watched it. When did it come on? In 1990?
Yeah.
I was busy.
Busy killing the enemy.
No.
The Oxygen Network was given the green light to a documentary on prison reform hosted by Kim Kardashian. They say she's helped so far free up 17 inmates over the last 90 days. Busy little girl. Due to imposed tariffs, they say the price of tomatoes from Mexico are going to be skyrocketing in the next months ahead. That's all right. Plenty of tomatoes from elsewhere. It's just the Mexican tomatoes will cost more.
Yeah, well, grow them in your backyard.
Which may affect Heinz ketchup and things like that. A report says Amazon is buying up failed malls. Now, what is Bezos up to?
He's going to use them as distribution centers.
You think?
Yeah, they've already got.
Could be.
They're working on one or two of them in Raleigh. I don't know if they're open yet, but apparently, you're going to have that air delivery kind of thing. And if you have the items will be identified on Amazon as a local distribution kind of thing. So if it's within your distribution, you can order it by noon and have it by 6 o'clock.
And it fits within the box and
exactly
the drone can pick it up.
But yeah, so
it's not too heavy.
They've got one or two of those in Raleigh that they're getting ready to open if they aren't already.
Well, as they would say in Nerdland, cool.
Yeah, so that's what he'll do with all these empty malls.
All right.
They're perfect for it.
Yeah.
I mean, most of them, a lot of them will have a center, atrium or whatever. So you take that out, you can have your drones land right inside, and people load them up, and away they go.
And they could take the most popular items and put them in a section of the mall where people could come locally and shop.
I don't know that they're interested in that per se. I mean, this is
strictly distribution.
This is distribution.
Yeah.
So.
There'll be no Triple Crown winner in horse racing this year. Kentucky Derby winner, Country Horse, will not run in the Preakness. I guess the track is too dry. Bud Light is going to sell beer in rainbow bottles in June in support of Pride Month.
Well, that explains why Budweiser is going under. Nobody's buying that anymore. It's lousy beer anyway.
Never did like Budweiser beer.
No, it's
like Bud Light. I mean, light beer, Miller Lite. It's like Schlitz, was made by Miller. You never see a Schlitz anymore.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. I'll bring some. If you like a beer now and then, I'll bring you some selections from the Southern Pines Brewery. They'll beat anything you can buy from Budweiser.
Okay. Never. I mean, I've drank.
Didn't mean to offer them a freebie, but local beer, buy it.
Well, maybe they need to be advertising.
Well, they probably should, but
Yeah, we got 30,000 people listening any one time. We can ask them to come visit you.
Yes.
If you're smart. Let's see. Starbucks is. I didn't do that. For the record, by the way, in the weekly ratings, The Big Bang Theory had more viewers than Game of Thrones. Say it isn't so, Joe. Starbucks is introducing new color-changing cups that change color as different temperature drinks are put in.
Yeah, they've been around forever.
I wonder if they would change color based on your girlfriend or wife's mood at the time.
Mood rings have been out forever. I gave my wife one, looked at it, and promptly threw it in the garbage can.
It was always solid black, wasn't it?
No comment.
Marie Osmond, as we heard, is leaving her show in Vegas. Where is she going? Well, she has officially been named the new co-host of The Talk.
Oh.
Say it didn't show. So, Marie, you're not a flaming liberal, are you?
No. Good Lord. I mean, why, you're popular, you make money, why would you want to do that?
Back when I was at QDR in Raleigh, I had a limo at the time that I used on a residential project I was working on. Anyway, I also owned the Long Branch at the time. And it's back when I was rich.
Was Miss Kitty there? Yeah.
And Marie Osmond, we booked her. I got our booking guy to book her in. Mm-hmm. And I picked her up in the limo.
Oh, there you go.
And she was very nice to me.
That's all I've ever heard about her. No.
So that's all I can say is that whatever you say about her, all I can say is my experience, she was very nice to me.
And that's what I've read about her. I've never met her, but that's my point. Why would she want to go join the Shrieking Heads on that show?
I don't know. Maybe she can add something to the show that's really missing, like a brain.
Yeah, she's not going to calm those knuckleheads down. They're terrible.
Britney Spears has requested a restraining order against her former manager, Sam Lutfi. Lutfi. And 3 years after Trump taped, we already did the Billy Bush thing. All right, relationship coach. Today's impossible question. Relationship coaches say that 1 in 5 couples now come to therapy to deal with this. What is it? It's not the obvious.
1 in 5 couples come to discuss.
Let me put it this way: a family member,
mom, mother-in-law,
in-laws.
Yeah. Okay.
Well,
I would of course say mother-in-law. If my wife would be father-in-law. So yeah, okay, in-laws. All right, makes sense.
All right, things you need, things you or did you know category. Women think about grocery shopping about 5 times a day, while men think about it every other day. Or
never.
Or they think, did she pick it up today?
Food, beer.
According to USA Today, about 1 in 6 Americans will call one of these trucks today.
Call one of these trucks. 1 in 6, a fire truck. EMP.
1 in 6 Americans?
I don't know.
Tow truck.
A tow truck. Oh, okay.
1 in 6? That's a lot.
That's baloney. I mean, you'd see nothing but tow trucks on the road around here. That can't be right. 1 in 6.
It'd be more like 1 in 60, maybe.
1 in 6,000.
People are 78% more likely to sit in a swing on the weekend in the summer compared to any other time. Married men are twice as likely to change this every day than single men.
I don't know.
Underwear.
Okay.
Toaster and toaster ovens are the cause of 3,100 house and apartment fires in America every year. About 27% of us are so impatient we eat food at the grocery store that we haven't paid for yet.
Okay. I don't see much of that.
I've gotten a soft drink and drank it while I was shopping.
Okay, I've seen, yes, actually the carts in Harris Teeter have cup holders on it.
And then when you scan it and you place it down on the thingamabob, it doesn't weigh right, and it goes, "Attendant is coming."
Yeah, I don't see many people doing that.
About 27%, we did that. A survey says over 40% of us turned down a wedding invitation because we can't afford it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm sure there's a lot of that.
They're getting married in California. Well,
well,
without me.
That's right. I wouldn't go there just out of principle, but, it would cost some money.
All right, we seldom buzz you because you are so smart.
Keep telling yourself that.
So we're going to give you a category that's a little tougher today.
Uh-oh. Okay.
And see if you can survive this. This is called Slogans Off. What it is we have old slogans for products that they spent gazillions of dollars trying to drive in your head. And then we got modern versions, and we'll see how well he does on both.
Yeah, I'll be lousy at this. I don't listen to commercials.
These are the classic slogans, like "Where's the beef?" that type of thing. It's a good time for the great taste of blank.
Good time for the great taste of Johnny Walker.
Johnny Walker. McDonald's.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, all right. Well, they used to advertise alcohol.
You got the right one, baby.
You got the right one, baby. Now.
Sounds like a Kojak commercial, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Actually, it's Diet Pepsi. American by birth, rebel by choice.
Oh, that's a car or something. That Jeep or something.
That's a something.
Yeah, I don't know.
Harley Davidson.
Harley, okay. All right.
And it's what I eat and what I do.
I don't know.
McDonald's again.
McDonald's, another McDonald's. Okay.
All right, here are the newer commercials that they have spent tens of millions of dollars to drive into your head. Let's see if any of them work.
They have failed miserably.
Well, this is why TV doesn't work.
Right.
We're here, we're here to get you there.
Uber.
Now you're on the right track. Hertz.
Hertz, okay.
Yeah. Smile. You're on blank.
Candid Camera.
You would think, but no.
You're on Uber.
Cricket Wireless.
Okay. Good for them.
Live Life Anchors Up. That's Pacifico. I wouldn't expect you to get that one.
No.
Get more out of zero.
Oh, that's a Coke, isn't it?
No, but you're on the right track.
Zero Coke? When that? No.
Gatorade Zero. I didn't even know they had that.
Okay.
And the last thing, which is something you eat, Happy Tastes Good.
Happy Tastes Good. Bologna. I don't know.
No, it's not bologna. Dairy Queen.
Dairy Queen. All right.
Dairy Queen.
Yeah, I don't watch any television much for commercials, so, I wouldn't get any of those. I listen to the radio.
There you go.
Give me some radio.
For the much smarter man in your life. Radio.
We can do everything with your water except walk on it.
And I can walk on water. It just has to be frozen.
Yes, there you go.
Then I'm walking. Let's see here. I'm going to do this. Everybody seems to like this part.
And now it's time for Yes!
No, bad. No, didn't mean to do that. I meant to do this instead.
And now it's time for
Random facts. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay, a random facts for today, and maybe a spare. Number one, approximately 64% of Americans never left the country and traveled abroad. Have never left the country and traveled abroad. 64%. Wow.
Yeah, I would. Hey, there's tons to do in this country without having to go, torture yourself and many. Hell, even England isn't safe anymore as far as terrorism and all that.
Got that right.
My grandfather was from Scotland. He used to go home, visit his family, and then as they passed away, he started traveling around the States. And I remember him saying this back in the 60s. I remember him saying, why, I don't know why I ever went back. There's so much here to see and do,
really,
and et cetera.
Yeah, I agree with that 100%. I mean, farthest west I've gone is Bermuda. Farthest south, Cayman. I mean, farthest east was Bermuda. And the farthest west was Hawaii.
I was going to say, you took the long way to get to
Yeah, I just went west, kept on going. Fortunately, there was a patch of land when we ran out of gas. Baker's chocolate wasn't always just for baking. Baker's is a brand named after Dr. James Baker, who started importing beans and making chocolate in the 1760s. Eventually, Kraft bought it and made it into baking chocolate only to avoid confusion. The $6 to visit Karl Marx's grave in London, which is ironic since he's the most famous critic of capitalism in history.
Yeah. Earning some money for somebody.
At least 350 different languages are spoken in the U.S., including 150 different Native American languages.
Yes.
And everything from Ukrainian to Pennsylvania Dutch. A full head of hair is strong enough to support approximately, how many pounds would you guess?
A full head of hair?
One strand of hair can support 3 ounces. A whole head of hair can hold up how much?
Oh, several tons, I'm sure.
Oh, it's several. About 12 of them. 24,000 pounds.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's, spider silk. I mean, if you make a 1-inch cord of spider silk, that's huge amount of weight you can lift with that.
Oh, wow. I'm trying to find something to end with here. Okay. Got a minute and a half. So we'll do this to help you out with Mother's Day stuff. Most of us think mom is just a mom, but how much do you know about her life before she had you? And do you even want to know? 89% of people in the survey said they think they know a great deal about their mom's life. Here are the top 5 mom facts we're familiar with. Where she grew up, 74% of us answered to that one. Where she went to high school or college, 60% could answer that one. The name of the street she grew up on?
Yes.
Can't do that one. 50% of us could.
That's because I lived in the same house. Easy enough.
What her first job was? I can do that.
Yes.
And I know you can do this. Her ancestry.
Oh, yeah.
48% have that.
To 1685, I've got.
Back to 1685. I had an aunt that did the genealogy on one side of my family. And I lost it. Now she's passed away. Anyway, so it goes for this, what is this, Thursday. Have yourself a great, safe day. We'll see you back bright and early tomorrow, 7 to 9 for TSIF. Thanks, Steve. It's Friday. Until then, be sure to support all the mom and pop businesses you hear on our airwaves because they are the backbone of our economy here in Moore County. Your money will stay here, roll over, and create jobs. And don't forget, millions of Americans have fought and have died to give and protect the freedoms that you get to enjoy today. So live today worthy of their and their family's sacrifice. I'm Steve Leader Adamson, the Leader Man, and Nick and Colt the Dog. We'll see you this afternoon at 2 at the dog park.